Over the weekend, my guides and higher self gave me a very loving reminder that I needed to hear. I was feeling stuck on a project, starting to feel a little bit of overwhelm, and they reminded me of an essential ingredient that's often missing when we want to manifest something, to heal something in our lives, or to change something and make our lives better. There is one ingredient that is often missing. And in fact, this ingredient is one of the top 6 Lemurian wisdom keys for consciously creating a life that you want. So I want to share this reminder with you since I recently got it. Yes, even those of us who talk about this stuff and teach this stuff all the time, we all need reminders. When you're cooking a special dish or baking something, you have a list of ingredients, and sometimes you can skip something because it's not that important. I love making almond pancakes with shredded coconut. Sometimes I don't have shredded coconut in the house, so I can still make almond pancakes because I have all the other ingredients, the key ingredients. But if I didn't have almond flour, there is no way I could make almond pancakes. So I want to tell you what this key ingredient is. It's often missing when we're trying to manifest, heal, or change something. I'm going to tell you what it is. I'm going to explain why it's so important. And of course, I want to give you some tips on how you can get some if you feel you don't have enough or you're just missing it completely. Okay, here it is. Here's the number one most common missing key that I have found, not only in my own life, but in working with clients and students. It's often missing. And the key is clarity. Yep, clarity. Now, before you roll your eyes, click away, oh, this is going to be boring, stay with me because that word is not sexy and it doesn't conjure up, a lot of important images for you. But let me explain, because as I said, this is one of the most important wisdom keys or principles in consciously creating your life from an ancient Lemurian point of view. We often say we want something, and we'll even tell the universe we want something, and we'll tell our friends and other people we really want something. But so much of the time, what we say we want has a complete lack of clarity. So many times in private sessions, I've heard people say, I would like more money. I want to be rich. And if we look at the clarity meter, those kind of statements have zero clarity. They score 0 on the clarity meter. And saying something like, I want $1 million, again, 0 clarity. But we often say things like this and think that we're focused on what we want. We say, I want to be happy. I want to be healthy. I want to find my soulmate. I want to change my career. We say these things and we truly mean them. But because these statements, these desires that we express have a complete lack of clarity, it gives the universe basically nothing to work with. Because from the universe's point of view, it's giving you plenty of things to appreciate and feel good about each and every day. We're not always looking for them. We're not always noticing them. But until we get greater clarity about why we want something, we focus on the essence of what we want, then the universe really doesn't have a lot to work with. A wise master once explained to me, he said, David, whatever you have must be enough because that's what you have. And that thought, I could feel it sinking into my consciousness as I had this wave of realization. Oh my, I get to define how much is enough, because what I consider to be enough may be very different than what somebody else feels is enough. And that was a huge awakening for me, because I realized I had a lot more power to define and tell the universe exactly what I wanted. And that's just part of the story. So if you're looking for clarity, define that desire specifically. Think about how much is enough. And this is not just about money and prosperity. Think about how much fun is enough. How many opportunities do I need to get for it to feel it's enough? How much friendship, how much love, how much excitement, how much world travel, whatever it is, think about how much is enough for you. Because whatever has already manifested for you must be enough, because that's what the universe has given you. And the universe is always responding exactly to your level of clarity. And this brings me to a second point about clarity, is that the universe delivers the essence of what you want to you. You might be thinking in all sorts of specific details, but your higher self and the universe always get to the heart of what you want. So in seeking clarity, it is very important for you to understand why you want something. And this is something I often teach about or talk about in private sessions. When someone says, I really want to be making more money. And I always ask, why do you want more money? Because everybody has a unique story. Some people want to feel a sense of security. They want to not think about their bills. They want to be able to go grocery shopping or going out to eat or traveling and not really worrying about how much something costs. Somebody else might want to pay for their kids' college education. Some people want to travel around the world. Some people really want to focus on a hobby that means a lot to them, and they would like the financial resources to do so. So think about why you want something, because that is a huge step forward in achieving clarity, so that not only you, but the universe has something specific to start delivering to you. When it comes to money, it's really never about the money. It's about what the money represents, what the money will give you, or what you believe that money will provide for you. So think about the why, because it's really, really important. Same thing about finding a new career, finding a soulmate, whatever it is you want to change, heal, manifest in your life. Get very, very clear about why you want something. And sometimes you'll shock yourself with your own honesty. Sometimes you'll realize that what you've been telling everybody you want so passionately for years is really an effort for you to prove someone wrong, or prove yourself right, or prove yourself worthy in someone else's eyes. And that's not something the universe is going to work with well to give you something that really brings you joy. If your reason for doing so is to prove your worthiness, your higher self and the universe knows that you are worthy because you exist, so there's no reason to prove it. Spend some time thinking about why you want something, and be brutally honest with yourself about what that really means to you. If you find yourself wanting more clarity, but you're not sure how to get it, start by asking. Tell your higher self in the universe, hey, in this area of my life or on this subject, I would really love to receive some more clarity, because I feel like I don't have enough. I'm feeling a little confused. So I would like to change my experience, and I would really love to have some clear thoughts, guidance, and inspiration on this topic. Start by asking. And the next step is to trust. Trust that your request has been received, that you don't have to keep asking. You don't have to keep repeating, okay, higher self, I'm ready for some clarity. Because the more you focus on that, you're actually focusing on the lack of clarity, that you're not getting it. So make your request and trust that the answers will come when you're ready. Now, here's something about clarity that I absolutely love. This is something I learned from my mentors, and I can pretty much guarantee you haven't thought about this before. But clarity is kind of magical, because clarity dissolves fear. That's right. Clarity dissolves fear. And I don't want to just focus on a textbook definition of fear. Let's throw in all negative thoughts and emotions like overwhelm, frustration, anxiety, panic. I'll give you an example. I woke up in the middle of the night a couple of weeks ago, and I woke up with a negative thought. And that negative thought quickly spiraled as I started thinking of all the different moving parts and components of this huge project I was working on. all these things that were not yet done. And I quickly spiraled into a feeling of overwhelm, and that overwhelm spilled over into panic. Maybe you can identify with this. You start with one negative thought, and within a minute or two, it has spiraled and you're panicking or you feel overwhelmed. Well, when I get into those situations, I can usually talk myself down. I do a little heart focused breathing. I start to kind of soothe myself, try to relax. But each and every time something like that happens, it's simply a lack of clarity that has caused that spiral of negative thinking. And when I relax and actually think about what I have accomplished, what's left to accomplish, how much time I have, realizing that a lot of these pieces are already half finished, when I actually get more clarity about where I really am and how much work there really is to do, and that it doesn't all have to be done at the same time. I can have little completions along the way and eventually complete the entire project. So for me, finding clarity always makes me feel better. And this is something you can apply in your own life anytime you feel that spiral of negative emotions gaining momentum. Pause, just say, okay, I'm feeling this. It simply means, because David reminded me, it simply means I'm lacking clarity. So start slowing your breathing down. Start asking for more clarity. Ask your higher self, how do you see this situation? How are you thinking about this situation? And that's one of the easiest ways to get more clarity, is to ask your higher self. Slow down, take a few deep breaths, put your hand on your heart and just ask your higher self, how do you see this? How are you thinking about this situation? Because I guarantee you, your higher self has the clarity you need each and every time. So don't be afraid to ask. I shared a lot more than I was planning to in this video, but I hope it's helpful, because this is one of those key topics. As I say, this is one of the top 6 wisdom keys from ancient Lemuria for consciously creating your life. Clarity is so important. Anytime you want to manifest, heal, or change anything in your life, clarity is an essential ingredient. So I hope these tips and these thoughts help you today. And by the way, let me know in the comments if this kind of content is useful. Is it uplifting? Is it inspiring? Let me know in the comments, because I am happy to create more content like this for you, but I need to know it's something that you want. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I send you my love and light from Lemuria. Aloha.